How to quickly profit from a big blog using the best growth hacks. Part 2. Growth hacks for quickly growing your audience. This all takes time though. Lots of time. And this training is all about making money and being successful at internet marketing in the shortest possible amount of time. So if you want to accelerate your progress and start growing your audience even faster, what do you need to do? One answer is to use growth hacks. These are simple techniques that you can use in order to grow and promote your website that don't involve gradually waiting for it to spread by word of mouth. One of the very most powerful and popular examples is to use something called influencer marketing. Simply, influencer marketing means that you're going to leverage the power of an existing influencer, someone who already has a lot of sway and a big audience in the same niche or a related niche. If you could find a YouTuber who has 500,000 views on every single video, then all you need to do is to message them and get them to mention your website or blog in their next video. If you can get them to do this, then you can potentially generate hundreds of thousands of visits to your website that very day. This can transform the success of your business overnight. Of course, the hard part of influencer marketing is finding the influencers and then convincing them that they should promote you. One way to get around this is to offer to pay them for their time. Another option is to find an influencer who is easygoing and doesn't mind giving you a shout out. Some are just having fun and happy to help. Or potentially, you could offer to do something for them instead. How about working on a project with them? If you have a skill set that you can offer, then you can somehow help to boost their success, and at the same time, they'll be likely to give you a shout out. For example, if you know how to make apps, then get in touch and offer to build them their very own app. In all likelihood, they'll be excited and complimented, and as such, they'll promote the app, which you can then split the revenue for 50-50. If you struggle to get an influencer to listen, then one great strategy is simply to hire them for something. If you can find an influencer who offers any kind of consultation or who sells a product, then order that from them, and they will be obligated to respond to you. Yet another great option is to meet them in person. Once you've actually made contact in one of these ways, then you'll likely find that they're much more inclined to listen and to help you out. It's all about building genuine relationships and connections. Another good option for a growth hack is just to find that perfect route to market. And often if you can create the perfect blog post and promote it in the perfect location, then you'll find that you can get a huge influx of traffic from just a single link. The key is to make your post interesting and unique enough that anyone in a certain subreddit or forum will be sure to want to read it. If you can do this well, then you can generate thousands of clicks, and several of those might be interested to subscribe to your feed or maybe even to order a product there and then. Your super fast guide to SEO. This would not be a training on internet marketing though if we didn't at least touch on SEO. SEO is search engine optimization, which for all intents and purposes really means Google optimization. The idea behind this is that you're making changes to your website and creating links to your website, and in this way, you're going to make your site more likely to show up in the search results when someone looks for something related on Google. Unfortunately, this is not a particularly quick tool when it comes to marketing your site. SEO takes a lot of time, and there is never any guarantee that it is going to be effective. You can put a lot of effort in and still find that it doesn't work. But if you create a systemized approach for your SEO, then you can find ways to speed up the process. For example, by making a new post once a week or even by outsourcing the process. Essentially, Google works by looking for content that matches the search terms that people are looking for. When someone searches for a specific phrase, Google looks for the content in its index and then shows them the sites with the most relevant content. In order to add new sites to that index, Google uses spiders, programs that crawl the web by following links. Google also looks at each link as a testimonial, and the better the site that links to you, the more weight that testimony has. Your aim then is to fill your site with high-quality content that Google will see as being relevant, and it is to get the most important and biggest sites to link to you. Once again, this often means working with influencers. Don't try to trick Google. Don't try to spam Google. Don't try to keyword stuff, repeating the search phrase in your content over and over again. And don't pay people to share your links. Google is smart enough to catch you, and you will be penalized. Instead, Focus on making your site into the kind of high-quality site that the key influencers will be happy to associate with. Does your brand look as good as the top competition on the web? If not, then you need to work on that. But what you do need to understand is that from Google's perspective, getting one of the right links can completely change a game and is worth countless low-quality links. To get those right links, you need to understand who it is that Google trusts. The answer? Google trusts sites that are authorities. That means .gov domains and .edu. It means older sites that have been around for a long time and sites with recognized brands. If your site gets a link from a site like that, then you will get a much bigger boost in much less time. But what's more is that if you get a link from a site that has a link like that, then you'll still get a very big boost. Consider this a little like degrees of separation. Another tip is to look for sites that Google features in its news section. If Google puts a site there, then that's a very good sign that it trusts that brand. Focus your time on building these links and delivering quality, and your SEO will be twice as effective in half the time. What makes the internet go around? If you're new to internet marketing, then a lot of the basic concepts might be lost on you. You may not yet be able to fully understand precisely how it's possible to make money online. And if you're someone who's a little more experienced, then you might still not grasp the intricacies of the systems that run the web's economy. What is driving it? Where does all the money come from? Where is it going? Understanding this will help you to better manipulate those systems in order to start earning, and it will help to demystify a lot of what we're going to be looking at in subsequent videos. This is a video I wish my granny would see. She's constantly asking me how I'm making my money, and whether or not it's legal. To people who don't understand how to make internet marketing work for them, it can seem a little like magic. Like you're some kind of a sorcerer who can conjure money out of thin air. And of course, this is part of the appeal of understanding internet marketing. When they learn that the money is rolling in while you're snoring, you'll find they're even more amazed. The economy of the web. Money comes and goes on the web and is driven by many of the same forces that drives it out here in the real world. More specifically, most of the money is made by people buying things, and for the most part, these are physical products. Items from sites like eBay, Amazon, clothes shops, or even grocers. Digital products, ebooks on how to make money or get fit. Services, legal services, consultation, dating websites, marketing, writing, photography, holidays, and more. These days, you probably make a lot of your own purchases online, and so you're probably familiar with this. And even if you don't make the purchase online, you might well do the research online. For instance, you might search for the nearest local hairdresser or place to eat. Conventional businesses that you're likely very familiar with all make a lot of their money online, and so too might yours. But you probably don't have time to set up a business like this. If you're a busy professional, then you're not going to have time in the evenings to set up a hair salon, to start offering legal advice, or to sell t-shirts. These are business models that require monetary investment, lots of time, certain skills and knowledge, etc. This is not a business that you set up in your evenings. One way you can get around this, of course, is to sell something that you can create in a very short amount of time and that won't involve too much of a financial investment. For example, that might mean that you sell an ebook. An ebook is really nothing more than a Word document or PDF file that you can create in MS Word. As such, it will require no specialty skills or knowledge to create, it will cost you nothing, and you don't need to store it anywhere. What's more is that you can sell it countless times while only having to produce it once. The same goes for apps, for games, for online courses, and for other digital products. The role of the internet marketer. The problem is that these types of products only appeal to a certain type of person, and you need to do a lot of convincing in order to persuade someone to spend money on something that they can't physically hold in their hands. And that's where internet marketing comes in. One simple form of internet marketing is to sell a digital product and then to start profiting nearly endlessly from a single file that was created just once. Your job in this case will largely revolve around paying for online advertising, trying to get to the top of Google, which takes more time, or mailing people in a mailing list. But that's only one way you can use those internet marketing skills, because all of those businesses need eyes. All of those clothes shops, all of those hairdressers, and all those holiday sites, they all need people to find them. Thus, they are willing to pay other people in order to get the word out, both directly and indirectly. This is how a lot of websites will make money from advertising, without actually having to sell anything on their site. In this case, you can make money from people who pay you monthly fees to display banner ads on your website, or you can make money through Google Ads and other networks that will pair advertisers with the right content creators. In this latter scenario, you'll often earn a very small amount each time someone clicks on your ad, or each time it is shown to a new user. In both scenarios, the more visitors you can attract to your website, the more money you stand to earn. YouTube videos earn money in a similar way, by showing ads at the start of the video in most cases, or being paid by sponsors to show off products. In this way, you can think of the way you make money as being similar to a free magazine that gets handed out on the subway. You didn't pay for that magazine, but it is absolutely covered in adverts, and those advertisers pay for the creation of the magazine, knowing that it's going to be seen by a very large number of people. Alternatively, you can earn money to directly promote a product. This can happen by finding a sponsorship deal, as many of the Instagram and YouTube stars have managed, or it can happen by promoting affiliate products. This latter option essentially amounts to selling a product for commission. Here, the seller will provide you with a unique link to their site that only you know, and any purchase that comes through that link will be credited to your account, earning you a percentage of each sale. In short, the success of the internet marketer hinges on their ability to draw eyes to a subject and to say opinions. If you do that, then you can drive sales of both your own products and those of other creators and sellers. As a busy professional, these skills can either allow you to grow your own business or to start making lots of money on the side in your evenings. And over the next videos, you're going to learn how to do both those things with minimum time and effort.